out your engines. It's time for a deck featuring me. I've got my hands on the Keelhauler's Aether Syphon, and once we're at max speed, one blast from Brass's Tunnel Grinder will suck the competition's fuel cells dry. Along the way, a few other friendly fish can keep the other team in check, and maybe even win on their own by suiting up with all the junk being tossed aside for bigger and better things.
Hello and welcome, I'm DarcyBits, and today I'm taking a look at Aetherdrift Standard Mill. This is a deck I built myself, and previously it's been a bit shaky, so hopefully this is going to land a lot better. This deck combines the Mill effect of the Aether Syphon with Vnwxt, both of which being max speed cards, and the discard synergies of blue and red. Now the discard is more in the backseat in this iteration of the deck because we're really trying to mill out our opponent via card draw, but oftentimes we are looting to be at the most efficient card draw, so we're also discarding. It also gives us an alternate win con with Scrounging Skyray getting in damage, or carrying Proph's Edict's Memories counters in as our win con instead. Alright, Vnwxt Aether Syphon Mill in Aetherdrift Standard. We've got 3 lands, one of which is our 2 colors, which is great. We don't have a way of starting our engines, unfortunately, but that's probably still fine. Because we need to get our engine online, it is such a big deal to actually start our engines before we really can start, progressing the engine, which is the big risk. If you have enough lands that start your engines or other ones, there used to be a lot more start your engines-y cards in the deck, and I didn't find they were really worth it. I don't think I want to tempo it Proph's Edict's Memory. I think it's better as a surprise, just maybe win you the game as opposed to just get removed before it does anything effective. Even if it's more mana efficient, I think that's fine. Do I want to keep a trip up? I don't really have any other removal. I'll keep it in hand for now. Next, Mountain. Flick a Coin is great as a way of getting a treasure and drawing a card while also progressing your engines, but I don't have... my engines are not started. So I could either go for the Snaremaster Sprite. I think I'll go with the Monument of Endurance. What's nice about this one is that when we start discarding cards, each opponent loses 3 life mode is actually really, really nice for getting our engine started, and it's an alternate win con if we are able to trigger that often enough. So what I like about this deck is it's effectively a combo deck, except it has a lot of alternate lines because there's more than one payoff for what you're doing. I felt like I was going somewhere, and then I stopped going somewhere, and I just But yeah, all of the discard and draw goes hand in hand, so everything that cares about discard is getting powered up, everything that cares about draw is getting powered up. It feels really nice, and so while you're trying to do one specific game plan, let's get our engine started. Beautiful. And let's go with Flick a Coin just to get some damage on the face. Draws me a card. Beauty, 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 beauty. I only have... I'd have to use the treasure if I wanted to cycle something, which I think I'm okay not cycling something. So I'm just going to throw down the Snaremaster Sprite. I really like this as a cheap creature that can fly in and increase your speed, but also a creature that later in the game can tap down your opponent. Ooh, Crown. That's fun. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, +1/+1 counter, and draw a card. Cool. So Into the Fire is one of our big refill our hands cards, which is really good with Vnwxt because you just double your hand size. But in this specific situation, not really a big deal. I think we're just going to try and get our damage in, and so I'm going to go for Stall Out Cast to tap down Chrome, and that will allow our Snaremaster Sprite to get in. Beautiful. Other than that, we've got 3 mana. I think I just hold on to it. What happens a lot is you'll end up with kind of no cards in your hand because this deck is mostly about looting as opposed to actually getting card advantage. As such, things like Into the Fire start to lose their value. Really, you don't want to be casting a card like this until you have Vnwxt unless you have to. I guess I could have just Oh no, Trip Up is the return non-land top or bottom, right. Ooh, I'm so curious if Archmage Newt is going to actually get any play now that Aetherdrift is here. Outlaw's card seemed really interesting, but it was pretty hard to make work, I found. Just because, like, it just gets blocked really easily. But, yeah, that's really cool. With all our ways of saddling or yeah, I could see, like, a blue-white deck that uses Salamanders and, or Archmage's Newt with, like, Canyon Vaulter to give it flying. I think that would be really cool. Canyon Vaulter trigger on vehicles and mounts, or just vehicles? Maybe I'm misremembering that one. I think so. I could bounce something for my opponent, but I think I'm better off actually trying to draw into my answers more long term. So I'm going to just cycle this. And I'll draw a card off of Monument to Endurance to ensure the best chance possible to actually get where we're going. I kind of forgot I wasn't at max speed already. It felt like I was. If I don't find a way of actually... Okay, so at bare minimum, I can cycle the Night Market. That's cool. Because I need one instance of discard, and I can just burn their face, and that would be with the Drain. It's not really Drain. I feel like Drain requires it to be drawing cards. Or gaining life. What am I talking about? Yeah, let's just play the Talion's Messenger. It's a good blocker. And it also loots later when it's able to attack. Yeah, I don't think getting speed to full now is relevant. I'm going to let you go with the Prophetic Memory. It probably just means that Talion's Messenger dies, but I would like to get some counters on it in case they have, like, 3 damage burn. This lets it survive that. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. 1 counter. Great. Now, if they have a shock, they might be able to get me, because I probably still want to block the Archmage's Newt. I don't know. We'll see. How much is this? If you have no cards in hand. Okay. Is it telling me how many cards are in their hand? That's funny. I didn't know that was a thing. So if they have shock, I'd rather... Wait, what's this? Is this saddled? No, it's not saddled. Hey, I'll take the 2 damage. I think they're trying to get me with a shock. Or a combat trick, I suppose. Yeah, it is shock, yeah. Exactly as expected. Yeah. Cool. You can't get me. I know what's up. Okay. So, if they'd saddled the Newt, then they'd be able to cast that for free right now. But they did not. Taking their sweet time. Oh, they had a land. Oh, wow, okay. Never mind. What? Alright, sure. Yeah, great. Why not? That seems reasonable. I'll use the Eroded Canyon to get the last pip of damage. Now we're up to max speed, which is cool. I don't really have any payoffs right now, unfortunately, which kinda sucks. I think I'm just going to... I'm going to tap these manually because Arena doesn't want to tap them to Mountain Cycle. And I will draw a card. Because I'm really looking for some stuff that's useful. Okay, how much am I getting hit for next turn? They got 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 damage. I can take 5 damage. I think we go with the Into the Fire here. Again, we really don't want to do this if we can help it. Oh, actually, can I burn them? Ooh, 2 of their guys die. Maybe I should burn them out here. This mode, just I forget about it. Now, I'm going to go Into the Fire here. I'm going to discard... I think only 2 cards, actually. I think I want the Marina Vendrell. book in hand. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And I could spend the treasure to tap a thing down with the stall out. I don't think I care. Yeah, I'll just let them hit me. And then hopefully next turn we can get something going. Maybe I shouldn't have kept the diary in hand. Maybe I should have drawn an extra card. Seize the secrets. Draw 2 cards. Fair enough. The other really good card we can get is Aetherize. I have 2 copies in the deck, and I feel like it's necessary. I crafted one specifically for this, which I think is totally fine. No matter what you're doing, it's just probably one of the best, you know, pseudo board wipes in blue, and it's going to be in standard until Foundation rotates out, so I think it's definitely worth. Alright, that's a bunch of damage, but not too much damage. Thank you. Oh, they can shock my face, can't they? That's cool. Oh, no, they can't. The flashback means it exiles. I see the spoils. Cool. Fair enough. Do I want... No, I'm going to cast the stall out to actually deal with something. Ooh, okay. When they go next turn, they've got this 5, and then these guys on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana plus a treasure. If I play the Scrounging Skyray and followed by Brass's Tunnel Grinder, that's pretty good. But then I don't get my stall out. I think we do the Skyray and the stall out. Stall out sorcery? It is, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And then if I stall out... Oh, I still have enough for, I still have enough to also Tunnel Grind. I won't be able to Tunnel Grind as powerfully, unfortunately. I'm just going to keep this guy tapped down. And maybe I just wait here, actually. Nah, I'm going to Tunnel Grind. Discard 2. Unfortunately, there goes the diary, which is fine. I shouldn't have kept it in the first place. And do I burn them down? They're at 16 life. Nah, I'll just keep drawing. I'm digging for my answers. Oh, I get to do both. Treasure, life. Treasure, life. Life. I forgot about that. Great. And then I could play this, because why not? And then I could spend a treasure and play another one of these. I don't think that's necessary. I'm actually really excited for the Oh, I forgot about Edict's Memory. Sweet. All right, we're in a good position. So Trade the Helm is in here because I think it's interesting, and I've been really looking for blue removal sources, and it just sounds fun, and I want to try it. And it has cycling, so it's not a huge risk. There's not like a huge opportunity cost here. What it does is it lets me swap any one thing that's either a creature or an artifact for any one thing my opponent has that's either a creature or an artifact. Usually effects like this need you to trade like creature for creature or artifact for artifact, but this one doesn't. So I can trade them a treasure, which is very exciting. So if they have something that is just absolutely terrifying, I can theoretically remove it from their board via stealing it. And I'm excited to try that out. It sounds fun. So having treasures lying around is exciting to me, specifically because I have this card in hand. If I didn't, that would be less relevant. In this deck, it's probably not a huge deal. Like, in this deck, I don't think I need to worry about it. They're not going to have one singular huge beater, other than, I guess, Crown. But Crown's stunned down due to my own shenanigans. Yes, my turn. I could have cycled, actually, to do another 3 damage to them, and then swing in for 7. It's pretty good. Now, notably, Into the Fire does not discard. It only draws. But it's still probably what I need right now, right? If I can find, like, an Aetherize, I can just outlive kind of anything. Yeah, I'm going to Into the Fire using the Average Car Raceway and the other Average Car Raceway. I don't think I need the looting as much as... Potentially the Almond Kit might actually be worth it. Into the fire. We will discard the whole hand. So there goes our only trade, the Helm. I'll put it on the top just in case we see it again. That'd be funny. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Because now we actually can play the second Brass's Tunnel Grinder, which will make our guy real big. They have 1 mana up. I don't know if they can deal with our guy. So let's try. Yep, I'm okay with that. Because we only want the ETB. We'll keep the one with the counter just because. We will discard our entire hand. Drawing 4 new cards, sorry. We will burn our opponent. We will just draw another card. And we'll make a treasure. And we'll actually play a second Scrounging Sky, because why the heck not? I did that wrong. That was a mistake. I was supposed to leave up the Amonkhet Raceway. That is a real bummer, I would say. Move to combat. This guy gets big. All attacks. So that is not the goal for the deck, but it is the alternate win con that it works, you know? It's an alternate win con and it works. There's only 1 copy of Prophet's Edict Memory, and I think that is, like, what you want. Because you're drawing so many cards, theoretically, you'll probably find it. And because of the way that Prophet's Edict Memory is written, it doesn't need to see you draw the cards. So if you draw 10 cards and Prophet's Edict Memory is one of them, you could then play it and immediately buff your board and go in for the win. So I think 1 copy is really perfect for this. It means you don't have any dead draws, and it sometimes wins you that game.
Wait! We didn't get to see me! Let's run that back. Sure we can find another game. This is an older version of the deck, but I'm not gonna not show up in my own video!
Vnwxt Mill. Let's go. Alright, that is a 1-lander. We will mulligan that. Cool. That's not even a question. That is 2-lander, but I don't really want to go down to 5 cards, so we'll keep 6. And we will get rid of Into the Fire. Into the Fire is kind of a finisher for us, so that is fine. We don't need that right now. This looks like a pretty decent hand, honestly. We can turn 1 Average Car Raceway, turn 2. We can start our... We can speed up just by pinging. But we might find we need to actually go with the Fog Bank. It depends. They have turn 1 play, so if they put a body down on turn 1, then I don't think I can afford to wait. But that's not expected. Okay, cool. So we will do this, and we'll pass. The thing is, if they play something that attacks on next turn, which they didn't, sweet. So this will give us speed 2. Yes, beautiful. We don't get to play anything because it came into play tap, but that's okay. Great, Surveil land. I do think that the crime lands are such clever little tech in these max speed decks. I think that the dual land cycle that they used in Aetherdrift being the gain land, the ones that gain you life, feels super weird to me. Not a huge fan of it at all. I wonder if Fogbanks are actually wrong to be in this deck. I like them a lot, but hey, how are you going to get your max speed if they can't attack and do damage? And that's fair. In this case, I probably shouldn't have played them, because they didn't have anything on the board for me to be blocking anyway. What I should have done, probably, is just played, like, the Sky Ray or something. But I can't get in damage here anyway, because they have reach. So, whatever. I'll play the Sky Ray. I do hope I can get it growing. I find it grows so slowly, and it's really a bummer. But that's kind of on me for deck building. I think I could build the deck so that it's more consistently able to discard. But discard's kind of like a sub-theme, right? Drawing is the theme of the deck. We want to use Vnwxt and Aether Syphon to just completely mill out our opponent by drawing what? If we assume our opponent has 40 cards in their deck by the time that combo comes online, we only need to draw 10 cards to mill them out, which is extremely doable. Alright, so we are going to... Ooh, what's this? Elanda, Saint of Dusk. Hexproof from Instance. Oh, that's situational hexproof. That's fine, actually. Okay, cool. As long as your life total is greater than your starting life total. It gets +1/+1 menace. Additional +5 if it's 10 more. I mean, I think do I just stasis field that? Cool. The thing is, if I stasis field the cliff top lookout, I could have got in damage, but oh well. I think we hold off on playing Vnwxt just so they don't die. Yeah. I do think they're a decent blocker and probably should. Oh, actually, I can get in now. Because they... Oh, wait, they have 2 blockers. I'm a dummy. No, don't listen to anything I say. I forgot. Yeah, I made it a defender. That's the only thing it can do. Oh, but they only have 1 flyer. Wait. Wait, but they could have... Great! Okay, never mind. I'll play Vnwxt this turn then. I did not... Cool. Sure. And I got my Rona back up. I always forget they have that ability to untap when the legend comes in. It's great. It's super good. I just forget about it. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't block. I'm glad I attacked. I don't think I should have attacked there. I guess they didn't want them to just die. Maybe they had a way of getting rid of the stasis field, and so they were worried I was going to kill it with some kind of pump spell. Or some burn or something. I could see it. It's entirely possible. Yep. Alright. Pass 2 attacks. They can only attack with 1 thing. I can't really do anything about it, but they can't do anything either. We will draw a card and discard a card. That's drawing 2 cards and discarding only 1 card. We will discard the Glitch Ghost Surveyor because we can cast it, well, not cast it, but we can draw cards from the back. And now we get our Aether Syphon down. Oh yeah, it's all coming together, baby. We'll play an island, and next turn, we can Brass's Tunnel Grinder. So the more cards in our hand, the better. So I think we just pass here, and see what happens. I don't care about attacking. I could attack, but I'm not planning on winning through damage anyway, so I don't care. And yeah, great. We can tap this by paying our last 2 mana to draw a card, which is 2 cards, which is 4 mil. We can tap Rona, do the same thing. Very, very good. All right. Oh, you're drawing cards, huh? You're helping me mill you? Is that what you're saying? When it works, it's just really fun. When it works. When it works, it's fun. All right, pass 2 attacks. Beginning of your end step. Okay, sure. Yeah, make that guy. Holy crap, that thing's big. What the heck? All right, let's go. First things first, I will draw a card, then discard a card. That's 2 cards. I will discard this island. Then I'm going to... Beautiful. Then we're going to tap this to draw a card. But that's 2 cards. Great. And how many cards are remaining in their deck? 38, huh? Cool. That's another 4 mil. Now we're going to tap Rona. Give me another draw 2. Give me another discard 1. Great. And for the piece de resistance, Brass's Tunnel Grinder. That, because it's a legend, actually does untap Rona, which is awesome. And we're going to select every card in our hand. Now we do have to be careful that we don't mill ourselves. We have 37 cards, and we're about to draw 16? 18. That's fine. So we are going to draw 18 cards. Now when we draw 18 cards, we're going to mill twice that many. Yay! They have 1 card left? Well, luckily, we have Rona. It doesn't matter. cool. Yeah, alright. Wait, they still have a card in their deck. What's happening? Wait, what? Am I an idiot? What's going on? What? Wait, why aren't they dying? Am I stupid? Oh no. I'm so confused. Why aren't they dying? What's happening here? Oh no, I die. Oh no. Crap. I mean, they have to kill me this turn. Can they do it? Oh no. The sweet Progenitus tech. I didn't see that coming. I could block the 8/8, and then they only have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. So I should be fine, right? I should be fine. I block the 8/8. It's a 9/9 now. That's not enough damage. Oh, we did it. I probably could have done that better if I paid attention to the Progenitus trigger. It's so sweet, but it does, yeah.
Alright, I'll let you get back to the main deck now. It can win with me. Promise.
Alright, Vnwxt Mill in Aetherdrift Standard. This is a deck of my own creation. It is trying to use the Aether Syphon and Vnwxt to draw 1,000,000 cards and mill out my opponent. Along the way, we can also discard 1,000,000 cards to buff up a Scrounging Skyray, or just have Proph's Edict Memory buff a flyer and go for the win. I will keep this hand. It's got 3 lands, and that's really all I look for. I haven't had Mischievous Mystic go off in a while. It's not like the main plan of the deck, but it is a good one. Average Card Raceway on turn 1 gives us a Start Your Engines trigger. That is excellent. Ooh, Authority of the Consoles sucks. They have 2 now, which I didn't even notice the first one because I was not paying attention. Eroded Canyon comes down. That gives us our first tick of speed up to speed 2. We love that. It also is going to let us get blue mana, which is nice because I don't have an island. So, ooh, Giada is scary. Very scary. Start with the mountain. That gives us 3. Now we could get that Mischievous Mystic into play. We could get a 1/1 down. I think we want to... Yeah. Let's throw down the Mischievous Mystic. They might not swing into it because they're scared of... Oh. Those are going to kill me. Those are going to kill me so much, right? Like, I'm going to forget that this is in play. I'm going to play a blocker, and it's going to enter tapped, and I'm going to die. That's going to happen. Very, 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 very likely. Whew. All right. Play an island. I can't get in because everyone's got Vigilance, and by everyone I mean Giada. We do have enough mana to bounce a thing, which is nice. Would be nice to be able to draw a card. We could also just stun something. But I think the bounce is probably worth it. It's only 2 mana to recast, but it is a bounce to top of library, which means it does impact their next draw. Now, I could actually wait until their draw step and do it, which is kind of cool, but I think I actually like them drawing it instead of drawing something more immediately impactful. But we'll see. I mean, Giada's very good. Maybe I should have waited, actually. Did they put it on the bottom? Oh! Never mind, they bottomed it. I did not see that coming. Alright, no attacks. I thought Giada was good enough. Maybe they have another one in their hand? Assemble the players. Ooh, that's a fun one. You don't see this very often. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. Once each turn, you may cast a creature spell with power 2 or less from the top of your library. Yeah, they did have another Giada in hand. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I can't argue with that. It just makes sense. Alright, let's get an Amonkhet Raceway down. That is a lot of mana that we have to play with. But I've got flyers being jerks, so what do we do? I think we Snare Master Sprite. Yeah, gain some life, that's fine. We're gonna pay to tap down the 3/4. The other one is scarier, notably, but I'm not removing it, I'm just stunning it, so. And then I will cycle trip up. As much as that's generally pretty good, it does give me an extra body, and I need to plan ahead on my bodies if they're going to come into play tap. No attacks, and pass. The thing is, I actually probably could attack. They're not going to block with Giada, and I don't really care about the 2 damage from Giada. I really just want to get my speed going. Yeah, that probably should have been an attack. I think that would have been the correct play. Well, future knowledge for future me. Alright. I do think Talion's Messenger is really quite good. The other option we have here is to draw some cards. I think this just gets me killed, because... So, Marina Vendrill's Grimoire is that you can still lose life, but when you do, you don't lose for being at 0, and you discard cards. When you run out of cards, you lose the game. Now, not technically, it's when you run out of cards after having been forced to discard them from the effect, but whatever. So, we want that later, not now. We can throw down Talion's Messenger, though, which is going to enter tapped. However... Resolve. Resolve. I can still attack with my other guys, which is cool. This one deals with damage. I don't think that's worth it, really. How much damage are they doing? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 damage to me. I'm going to swing in. There's a chance that they do something silly here. I'm going to get rid of the mountain. I have a lot of lands already. And I get to buff up somebody. Let's buff up the real one, just in case. They're probably just going to block it with the 3/5, so it's kind of whatever, but still. Okay. If they choose to block with Giada, I can kill Giada. That's kind of the main goal here. They chose to do nothing. Smart. They knew I had a trick. I appreciate that they're smart and knew I had a trick. That's fun. Alright, I'm going to try something sneaky. I've never done this before. I think it's worth it. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to put a stop on my draw step. So, remember, the phases are untap, upkeep, draw. You can't do anything before you untap, but on upkeep, I can do something before I draw. If I can flick a coin at their face on my upkeep, I can actually have max speed before I draw. Although it looks like I'm dying. Actually, am I dying? I'm not dead yet. Okay, cool. So we're not drawing. We're going to flick a coin. Hit them in the face. Resolves. That does damage. That puts us max speed. Vnwxt sees that and will draw us a couple cards. Move to my draw step. And there we go. Resolves. I don't need this. Okay. Resolves. Resolves. Have all the life you want. I don't care. It's fine. Okay. Now I just need to not die. I unfortunately have way less mana than I normally would at this point. So I can't Diary. Diary would be great here. I think we just do this. We're at max speed, so we can leave up all our blockers. We don't care about getting damage in anymore. I have 5 mana, including my treasure. I can block 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 blockers. Or I could tap something down. I think stalling something out is probably good. The question is, what should I be stalling out? I don't think it really matters. This gets bigger whenever they gain life. This is a counter when an angel enters. This does a bunch of cool stuff and also gets mana, but they've never used that mode. And this one, yeah. So I think I will stall out the Ajani's Pridemate. Maybe that's the wrong play here, but I think it's fine. Alright, next. No attacks. End turn. I just need to survive until I can find the jam. Assuming that Vnwxt doesn't die, and even if they do, I do have a second one in hand. Oh, that's not good. This card is busted. This card is absolutely destructive. If you don't know it, Banner of Kinship, when it enters, it gets counters equal to the number of guys you got of a type, and then those guys get big. But it's not as big as it could be, which is nice. So we're going to hit that guy, we're going to hit that guy, and yeah, I guess we just have this one hit that guy. Sure. It's kind of whatever. Alright. None of these have any form of trample, so we're fine. Alright. Gain all the life you want. Gain all the life you want. The problem is, yeah, I can't make blockers. But what I can do is draw a bunch of cards. Is that going to be worth it? I don't know. Marine Adventurer's Diary comes down. That is going to draw us 10 cards because of Vnwxt. With this, I probably could play a land. Do I have a land that enters untapped? I don't. Ooh, okay. Because if I could get a land, I think we just have to sacrifice the treasure to get the Scrounging Skyray down. Oh, wait, I have Aetherize. I can't cast it, unfortunately, so I have to survive at least one more turn. Yeah, we actually have the win con next turn if we survive that long. So what's the benefit of Skyray? Why did you want to play that? I forgot why I wanted to play it. I just know I did. Oh, crap. How do I not die? How do I not die? How do I not die? I have a lot of blockers. Yeah, let's just stall out again. I think that's the actual play. Stall out. We're going to hit. What's the biggest guy? I guess this guy. Okay. And we won't play any lands. We could, but we're not gonna. No attacks. End turn. Okay, so next turn, if they don't kill us, we should have the win con. However, I have to make sure I don't take any damage. If I take damage, I just kind of lose because I'm going to discard my hand. Now, that is why I was thinking of playing the Scrounging Skyray, is because if they cause me to discard cards, I at least get a big, like, flyer. But I don't care about that. They only attacked with one guy. I have this weird suspicion that they might have, like, instant speed trample, but I can't think of a single white or red card that could do that, so it seems really unlikely to me. I think we just let this happen. Okay. 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 How many cards are in their deck? They have 45 cards in their library. I have a hand that is currently has 14... No, wait, more than that. Resolves. 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 It's going to feel really... Oh, I almost hit next to combat. All right. So we are sitting at 14 cards in hand, which is a lot. I'm going to play Aether Syphon, which means whenever I draw cards, my opponent mills. I'm now going to play Into the Fire. Into the Fire, don't choose the wrong mode, lets me put all the cards in my hand on the bottom of my library. In doing so, I will then draw twice that many cards, because Vnwxt is going to make that happen. Do I care the order of these effects? Not really. Go ahead. When I do that, I will then mill twice that many cards. Is that 45? I didn't do the math, but probably, right? I discarded 14. I'm going to draw 30 because it's not actually double. It is you draw that many plus 1. But I didn't discard 14. I had to cast 2 spells, so I actually only discarded 12 cards. So I'm drawing 13 cards, which means I'm drawing 26 cards. 26 times 2 is, of course... Oh, they gave me a good game. Good game. They could hit Resolve All. That would be pretty nice of them. I gotta say, I'm very glad they don't have Pelucranos. Because I did that one time. That happened once to me, and it was brutal, and I didn't know what to do. It terrified me. I was so scared. I did end up winning that game, but woo! Alright, that's the mill combo! We did it! And I think that was actually a pretty good showcase of the deck, because there are lines to kill somebody with this deck, except this opponent had all this way of tapping down my creatures and gaining life, and it didn't matter, because I milled them. So if I can't get the milled plan together, I can kill them with damage. And if I can't kill them with damage, I can get the mill plan together. The flexibility just feels really good, and I'm really happy with it. So, Vnwxt mill! Woo! This deck used to have more Aether Syphons, and I kept just having too many in my hand. They're not good enough without the combo. Okay, they're not gaining too much life, but I'm a little bit scared. Ooh, they're paying life. Okay, I like that they're paying life. That's great. That helps us a lot. Oh, they're in kill range now. As long as they don't gain any life. Ooh, they do gain life from that, though. I didn't think of that. Crap. Oh, they're back up to 7. And I'm down to 11. Alright, I'm going to ditch the second Skyray. Don't need it, don't want it. Let's get out of here. We're going to have them lose 3 life. And do I have any way of making this unblockable? I don't think you do. Oh, I can flick a coin, though. Oh, wait, I can just do this, can't I? I must have, yeah. So next to combat. No attacks. End my turn. And then I will cycle this. Resolves. Alright, well, again, the rest of the deck is performing great. And I think that actually weirdly is a good thing for any combo deck, right? If you just lose every game that you don't get the combo, you have to make sure that's a really consistent combo. But if you are able to have the pieces that make your combo work actually come together into a deck that functions without the combo, that's really fun.